In this video, I want to welcome you to the house, to this beautiful forest. But I also want to take advantage of this moment to share with you a little bit about the functioning of the water here so that you are aware during your stay. Here's where we have our principal water tank. And this water is coming directly from the mountain source, from a natural spring. So this is very clean, pure water that you're going to have here. And once in a while, it wouldn't hurt to come check and make sure that your water hasn't gone down. For example, at this point, we're using water, so it's filling up again. And during the night, usually this fills up full. But at the same time, we do want to conserve water if we can to avoid maybe running out of water. We are getting the water from the natural spring of the mountain. And sometimes that can, be a slower flow, sometimes faster. But nevertheless, here's where our water source is. You also have a valve here. This is more for the maintenance crew. But if for some reason something happens down there where you have a leak or something, my recommendation is to come up here very quick and close this valve so that water doesn't keep flowing and then the tank empties out. Okay? Very careful around here. Where these bricks are is where the connection is. So if you step on that, it'll break it. So just stay on, outside of the area. The water line continues from here, goes underneath, goes under the driveway here, and then it reaches the pump in this little house. So just so you know, the water line is coming from the tank, comes in through here. This little pump is what turns on every time the pressure goes down. It's got a little bladder, pressure bladder there, and it sends water down the back line to the house. And it passes by this valve. If for some reason there's a leak somewhere, there's also a valve you can close underneath this cover. So that's the principal system of the main water. There's also a separate video where I explain if we lose electricity, what to do so that you have water from the auxiliary tank feeding the house under a gravity system. So please make sure you watch that video in case you do need that water. The valve is right there, but there are some important steps that you got to take so that you don't introduce air into the system. Okay, but the idea is we have water there, pristine water. Here's the pump being used. Somebody's using the water inside. We have pristine water over there. That's what we use all the time. Whenever we have no electricity, if it happens, most of the time we have electricity, you're going to use the auxiliary tank, which is the same water that's being fed to that tank. And then that would be the one. And then once the electricity comes back, you close that valve and you have the pump working again. But please watch the video on the purging the water system or getting the air out of the water system, because there's some real important steps that need to be done to unplug the unit in case nobody will be here. Thank you and welcome.